Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Shambhu Yadav, a neuroscientist and a stress biologist from Harvard, and diving into the brain magic with the diary of a scientist. I am here because I love sharing science, not as a part of my day job, but to spark some hope and empowering you. And today we will discuss how processed food mess with your brain and what you can do to keep your mind sharp and active. So let's get started. The brain is tiny organ, just as a small part of your body, but it's born through a ton of energy. It craves for the continuous supply of energy, mainly glucose, and that is from your blood. But the processed foods that is packed with the refined sugar and the stripped grain send that energy on the wild ride. 1 minute is flood, the next is trickle. And that the roller coaster messes with your mood. You feel foggy, forgetful, maybe even the impulsive at someone. Ever lose your keys after a sugary snack? And that's your brain struggling. So beyond the energy, your brain needs the building block and thick, healthy fats for the cell membrane, and also the vitamin for the chemical signal and the minerals to fight wear and tear. So the processed food aspire on those. They are like empty promises, tasty but nutrient poor. And over time, your brain's defense systems weaken. Research shows the person who lean on the processed snacks and the quick meal lose mental sharpness faster than those eating whole food. So, we are talking a noticeable drop in memory, a thinking skill over a few years. And that's a wake-up call, isn't it? So, what's the processed means? Not all processing is bad. Like the freezing veggie or the toasting bread is fine. The trouble starts with the ultra processed stuff. Think the packaged snack with the ingredient list longer than your grocery receipt. Sugary cereals, Fiji sodas, snack bar, microwave dinners. These are engineered to taste amazing, but leave you drained. Bright packages shout healthy or low fats, but they are often loaded with the artificial additives and stripped of the real nutrient. And that's not a food, it's a science experiment. Your brain reward system get hijacked. Back in days, it guided our ancestors to sweet fruits or nuts, and now tricked by hyper tasty snacks. Every bite floods your brain with the dopamine, the feel-good chemical. You get a rush, but it's fade fast. Soon, you need more to feel the same buzz. A study shows this cycle mimic addiction. Your brain's pleasure circuits dull, craving bigger hits. That is the dopamine hit. That's why one chip never feels like enough. So, the processed foods dominate diet today, making up a huge chunk of what people eat. And there's a lot of junk fueling your brain. It throws off blood sugar, starves neurons of the nutrient, and ramp up with inflammation. So, speaking of the inflammation, it's like a tiny fire in your brain. Refined sugar, bad fats, and addictive spark it. Research find that people eating mostly processed foods have way higher inflammation marker in their blood compared to those eating fresh veggie and lean protein. Those fires damage your brain area like a hippocampus, which handle memory, and the prefrontal cortex, your decision-making hub. And over time, it's linked to the anxiety, depression, and even the age-related brain diseases. And then your gut is also getting affected. Your gut is like a second brain chatting with your head through the gut-brain axis. feed it processed junk, and the good bacteria die off. Harmful ones take over, sending inflammatory signal to your brain. And that can worsen mood swing, stress, and mental fog. But the other way, feed your gut with the fiber, fermented food, or healthy fats, and then it's a different story. So the good bacteria thrive, calming your brain and boosting mood, regulating chemical. A happy gut means a clear mind. Imagine you grab a breakfast bar, sugar spikes, then crash. By mid-morning, you are foggy, chunking coffee, munching chips. Your focus drifts, mood soars, and lunch is another processed meal. Now imagine a different morning. You eat eggs, spinach, and nuts. Your energy is steady. You are sharp, calm, and productive. No slumps, no crackiness. The study shows the people eating mostly junk see faster cognitive decline than those sticking with the whole foods. So the difference is stark. This isn't about being a perfect. Even the small changes can help you, like swapping a bit of the processed food for a whole food, lower your risk of mental struggle. And that will be the significantly. So food is more than fuel. It's a signal to your brain telling it to thrive or falter. And every bite matters. Now let's dig deeper into the biology. Inflammation is a silent saboteur. Processed food with their refined carbs and weird oils light a slow burn in your body. And that burn reaches your brain, weakening the barrier that keep toxin out. Inflammatory molecules sneak in, messing with your neurons. A study showed the people eating a lot of processed snacks have way higher level of inflammatory protein in their blood. And that's not a small effect, it's a red flag. Over time, it clouds memory, slow thinking, and can even spark mood issue like anxiety. And then there is the blood sugar roller coaster. You sip a sugary drink, feel a buzz, and then crash. Your brain hates that, right? It needs the steady glucose, not the wild swing. Frequent spike make your cells, including the brain cell, resist insulin. And research shows just a few days of processed snack can trigger insulin resistance in your brain area, like hippocampus and decision-making zone, that is prefrontal cortex. And that messes with the hunger signal, which fuel the craving, and the overtime rise risk for the cognitive issue. And each crash also spikes the stress hormone, leaving you jittery and reaching for more junk food. Now let's talk the reward and mood. So the processed foods are designed to keep you hooked. Every salty, every sweet bite pings your dopamine system. It feels great, but your brain adapts, needing more to get the same high, same level of dopamine hit. A study shows the dopamine receptors shrink in the people eating a lot of processed food, mirroring the drug addiction pattern. And that's dull your mood, you feel flat, irritable, you feel less motivated, and any given task feels harder for you. And joy slips away. And the other chemicals like a serotonin, which keeps you calm, also dip when you miss key nutrients in your food. And that can bring on the anxiety, restlessness, or even racing mind. And then the memory tech hits too. A protein called BDNF, which helps your brain grow a new connection for the learning and recall. The processed food tanks BDNF level. That means the weaker memory, slower learning, and more where my phone is. That moment will come. You start forgetting the things which just gave 5 minutes ago. Then the stress from the forgetting things spikes cortisol, which makes you feel tense and oversensitive. A neutral comments feel like a booster for you. A small problem feels huge for you. And that's your brain on the processed food. The brain has a natural adaptable capability. My friend tried the cutting process snack and the adding fruits and nuts. In few days, she felt steadier, more patient, less lumps, and that's your brain responding fast. You can't break the cycle. So how do you fight back? Think of your brain as a garden. Junk foods like a pouring chemical on it. Nothing grow. And the whole foods like a rich soil. Sweep chips from the veggie, fruits, grain, bean, fishes. A study shows that people eating this way have much lower risk of the memory loss and brain damage. Imagine a Mediterranean diet table. Olive oil, berries, greens, nuts, fish. Lean into the plant and the herbs. That is the beautiful diet for your brain. Brain scan of the people eating this way show the slower aging, thicker nerve layer, sharper memory zones. And that's the power of real food. So the good fats are the key, like omega-3 fatty acid from the fish, algae or seeds, great nutrient for your brain, boosting BDNF. The research shows higher omega-3 level spark new brain connection, lifting memory and mood. And plant like a berry, nut, or even the mushroom pack antioxidants that reduce inflammation and support BDNF too. Every handful of berries is like wiring your brain for clarity. And then your guts love fermented food like yogurt. It feeds good bacteria, which send the calming signal to your brain. A study in the animals shows the fermented food cut anxious behavior and boost mood chemicals. It's like a daily dose of a state of calm, clarity, or peaceful mindfulness. And then the exercise helps too, like a brisk walk or dance session lifts the BDNF, keeping your brain flexible and young. And then the sleep, which is another important factor in your life. Don't skip sleep or stress management. Sleep is your brain repair mechanism, rebuilding connection nightly. And stress destroys those neurons. But if you practice the deep breath meditation or journaling, that can shift your heal mode. Studies show these habits protect brain health. And in real life, it's simple. So swap that donut for a spinach almond. Dish soda for the lemon water. Pack nuts and the berry instead of chips. Drizzle olive oil on your salad. And chia seed to your smoothie. Walk after lunch. Shut screen off early during night time. All these small moves rewire your brain for energy and focus. And your brain is not a stop. It thrives on every good choices. Pick one thing today. Maybe a handful of the veggie or a quick walk. Do it again tomorrow. And watch your mind sharpness. So thank you for being with me. And next time when we will discuss more ways to rebuild your brain and break free from the craving. So thanks for the watching and see you in the next episode.